Hey guys, so I thought that I would sit down with you today and try some more products from Colourpop. A couple of them are pretty new. They are the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist and the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I also want to sit down and try the Brown Sugar palette, which caught my attention a while ago and I finally have in my possession. So if you guys would like to see what I think of these products that are new to me and two that are newer to Colourpop, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've pulled the hair back. Let's read the claims on this. It says microfine refreshing setting mist that hydrates for healthy skin. Shake well. Hold 6 to 8 inches away from face, close eyes, and mist directly onto skin. Use after makeup or mist throughout the day as needed. Okay, so we're gonna do this as a primer and then also as a finishing step. Shake well. Okay, it's a pretty direct but fine mist. What does that smell? Coconut? With coconut water. It says hyaluronic acid and coconut water to support hydration. So it's a really fine mist. You don't feel any droplets hitting the skin. It's nice and gentle. But if you are sensitive to coconut fragrance, you may not enjoy this one. I could smell it right off the bat. It's not overpowering, but if it's not something you enjoy, then I would say pass on that. Okay, so that seems to have kind of sunk in already. Doesn't feel sticky, doesn't feel tacky. I'm gonna head over to the eyes, and for the eyes we have the Brown Sugar palette, which is, I don't know how you say her name, Carouche times Colourpop. I guess this was a collaboration. The shades just looked so interesting to me. We've got like a warm orange, brown, tan, champagne, bronze. This looks like a green brown flip, a red brown, a gray brown, and then just like a regular, I don't know, mocha shade. So it looked really pretty and really flattering. So I'm just gonna prep the eyes with Paint Pot and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and primed both eyes, and this is the look I came up with using this palette. So I'm just gonna kind of walk you through the steps really quickly. Started out going in with Chai right here as a crease shade. Next, I'm going in with Jamocha, the second shade right here, to deepen up the lower crease. Then going all over the lid with Sorrel, this bottom brown shade. Then I'm going to go into the shade next to it, Henna, to deepen up the outer corner. And then with my finger, I'm going to go into, I want to say it's called Sauté right here, this duochrome shade. And then again, deepening up the outer corner. Okay, moving on to product number 3. This is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer in the shade Light 40N. Now, I normally do my foundation first, but I want to see what kind of coverage this concealer has. I'm going to do this before my foundation and see what we think. That's the shade right there. I think that'll be a pretty good shade for my skin tone right now. Yeah. And it's definitely oxidizing if you look at the shade under my eyes compared to the new fresh shade. So it does get a little bit peachier. The coverage is pretty nice. I would say this also doubles as a nice foundation. I mean, there's a nice radiance to it. It doesn't look drying. Like this side has nothing on it. This side I've concealed under my nose where I have like a lot of red capillaries, under the eyes, a little bit of sun damage here, an acne scar here. It looks pretty good. So I think that that was actually a really good color match. Even though it did oxidize a little bit peachier, it still ended up working out for my skin tone. So this is the before, redness and all. After, I think it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the other side of my face, hop off, finish off the makeup, and I'll be back to talk about the products. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished up the face makeup. I applied a little bit of the L'Oreal Age Perfect foundation to the face, some bronzer, some blush, some highlight, you know, the whole shebang. So this is what the eye makeup turned out looking like. I did add a little bit of the Stila Shimmer and Glow Liquid Shadow in Vivid Jade just to like the outer corner, just to like amp up the green sparkle, I guess. And I really like the way that looks. So we've got that like duochrome brown green on the inner corner to the emerald green on the outside. I used the deep gray to kind of smoke out the outer edges, and I really like that. I think that one of my favorite colors out of this whole palette is that gray shade. I'm not usually like a cool tone person, but this is like a gray brown. It's really, really flattering on my eye color, which is like a gray blue green hybrid. Depending on the day, depending on what I'm wearing, depending on my makeup, it changes my eye color. So I thought that I would like this palette, and I definitely do. I think it's quite nice. I like that it has a nice large mirror inside. I just wish there was like a bone color to set my primer. Otherwise, I think this is a beautiful combination. I love the 3 deep tones you get here, more of a berry tone, a gray tone, a brown tone. Up here you've got your orange, your like mauve shade, and your like camel color, chai color, whatever you want to color it. And then you've got your green, your copper, and like your champagne shade. So it's a really nicely laid out palette. So I'm definitely happy that I got my hands on it. Now let's talk about the concealer. The concealer did settle into the creases under my eyes, but thankfully I had not powdered yet, so I was able to kind of blend it out before setting it. And as of right now, it's not really settling into the lines under my eyes, so that's good as long as you are able to blend it away before setting with powder. It's not a problem. The oxidizing issue made it a little peachier than it was initially, which I'm not a huge fan of. Like, it did turn a bit peach on my under eyes, but I was able to make it work. So far so good. I wonder if the hyaluronic acid will kind of plump the under eyes throughout the day. So I'll continue to use it, and I'll let you guys know in the description bar below, or when I'm editing the video right here, if it does anything to improve the look of the under eyes throughout the day. And that brings me to the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. So I sprayed this as a prep. Now let's spray it as a final step and see what it does to the overall makeup look. Okay, so it does kind of add a bit of like radiance back to the skin, but it doesn't leave it feeling wet or tacky, which I like. So my skin definitely looks more radiant, more fresh, not greasy, not oily, just kind of fresh. So I like that. I'm not sure I'm loving the coconut in this, like just breathing in while it's being sprayed is just not pleasant. I prefer like the MAC Fix Plus scent or like some of the drugstore scents over the coconut one, but I'm not a big coconut fan person. So like I said earlier, if coconut scent things bother you, I'd probably steer clear of this one, but otherwise it seems like a nice product. I won't know if it causes breakouts for another couple of days, but as always, I will update you guys in the description bar below or right here while I'm editing, because there's usually like a 2-week gap between when I film and get things posted. So I will definitely update you guys if that is the case. But as of right now, I'm loving the shadow palette. The concealer is good. I'm not blown away. It's not going to be like my top concealer as of right now. And the setting spray did a nice job of prepping and finishing up the makeup. So it's a nice like 2-in-1 product. So hope you guys enjoyed seeing some more products tried out on my channel from Colourpop. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.